Zombie apocalypse.
Oh wow, did you guys see that new intro? What do you think? I've got a couple of them, so probably the next video I'll show you the other intro. Ugh, screw it, I'll put it in here, it's cool too. Uh, have talked about how to set up the face. We've talked about I've done a full eye for you. So the next step in the face is contouring. I'm actually re-recording this video because I really just didn't like the way it turned out last time. I don't even know if I'm gonna like the way it turned out this time. Do you see my new background? Huh? Look at that. In my messy room, of course. But hey, that's all going to be changing here soon too. We've got a new place, we're sitting up in a camper, and then we're going to start building on our tiny home. I've also got the Flojo Dojo in the works, so that's going to be picking back up and jumping back on the front burner. Jason's going to be a busy man this summer, let me tell you. So today, like I said, we're working on contours. A lot of people I know don't really mess with contour because when contour started, there wasn't really a whole lot of products for it. When Kevin O'Quan put out his Making Faces About Faces, Changing Faces, something faces, the makeup book all of us had. They didn't really have a whole lot of contouring things back then. You know? It was like you found a brown eyeshadow or a brown tinted, like, blush. Now, there's contouring stuff everywhere. I even just saw a whole rack of, it might have been Wet n Wild color correcting. Who knows? I don't know. It's a huge rack of color correction stuff, which was never even a thing until the last 5-10 years. So I love how big and how, I guess that's not the word. I love how mainstream makeup has gotten. It's not so odd to see some weirdo like me, some guy just walking down the street in full face. It's a little odd to see me and my husband walking hand in hand, both in full face, because that kind of thing doesn't usually happen a lot. There's usually like a mask, a femme. I don't know. I guess that's me stereotyping, which I shouldn't do, right? Contour. Contour, guys. So a lot of people I know don't really mess with contouring because they don't really know what they're doing with it. They don't know where to put it. I'm gonna simplify this for you, okay? When it comes to contouring, where you want to place it is anywhere you want to hollow or thin out, okay? Great example, my forehead. I don't have a fat forehead. However, I do have a really wide set forehead, okay? So when I start, it's usually the first place I start. And what I'll do is I have the Wet n Wild. These guys, I'll said it before, I'll say it again, have really been wowing me lately. The Megaglo dual-ended contour stick in 752A medium tan. They've got a contour end, which is dark brown, and of course, your highlighter end, which, as you see, I don't really use. I don't like the way that goes on. It's just a little too thick for right there. I don't even use concealer because it just is too much. It adds too much texture to the front of my face. So I'm going to start with this contour. And again, I'm going to start with my foreheads. I want to take these corners here and I want to bring them in. So what I'm going to do is just like that. I'm going to create where I want the shade, where I want the shadow, and try and keep it even on both sides, right? And then you want to take your beauty blender. I want to take my beauty blender and I'm going to bounce and I'm going to just go back and forth, and it's going to slightly tap that product into place, and we're gonna just work it until you no longer see dots or lines. You just have this blur. It's almost disappeared, right? So that's what you want. You don't want a brown. Whew. If you're painting for stage, great. But I'm not painting for stage. I'm painting to go to the mall, right? So I want my skin to look as natural as possible. So less product is key, okay? And like I said, you want this to like disappear. Now this back corner, because all my hair falls here, I don't really have to work too hard at that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because like I said, my hair is just going to fall, and that's that. The next point I want to thin out is my cheeks. I've gained a bit of weight, and most of it has dropped. I'm getting old. I need a facelift. But these cheeks, I want to thin them out ever so slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smile. Okay? So when I create a smile, you see there's the curvature, right? So it curves in, out, and then back it. And this is where the apex of the indent is. Is that right? So I take it all the way back. You want to start all the way back at the ear and pull that forward. Now another thing I do is I take it up. So I also start here and I bring it down and I create a triangle. And I'll do it on the other side. Start back at the ear, pull forward, triangle. They don't have to be even. They don't have to be perfect. You're going to finesse them. And you're going to move them. And you're going to beat your face. And you're going to blend them and blend and blend. And when you think you've got it blended, go over it a couple more times. While I'm doing this, this channel is going to be taking some moves. One, I'm going to be adding to it another series of lessons on poi. I might add the lessons on poi. I haven't quite decided yet. My husband's going to start coming on. He wants to do a Get Ready With Me series. So why don't you guys come listen to him? He's a goofball. He loves to fuck around and tell jokes. It's a good time. I can be a bit dry in my sense of humor. So what I'm doing here, right, is I'm going along my chin here, and anywhere just in the front where that light is catching, I'm going to add just the tiniest bit. I know it looks like a lot now, but watch. You tap it out. You pull it forward some. Ta-da! There you go. And then I don't touch the nose. Not yet. Because the nose is going to be the central focus of your face. Your eyes are going to be your focal point, but the center of your focus, your face, is your nose. So you want that to look the best. You want your nose to look better than your cheek contour. You want more detail in it than you do your chin or anywhere else that you're actually worried about. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out, for me, I'm using the Too Tart Sweet Peach Glow Kit. It's a full contour, blush, and highlight. you can use anything that's really close, really light. You don't want to be putting a really deep brown on top of it and intensifying it. You want a similar brown to set. Okay? So this, as you put it on, it goes on really light, but it's going to be good for just setting these, right? Look at that. Beautiful. Just like that. I'll throw it down here. Just a set. Corner here. I'm not going to worry about the other side, it's covered. But then, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to take this brush, I'm going to dab it again, and I'm just going to swoop down the nose. And go back and forth like this ever so slightly. Did you just see that shrink in size? Mike just cut my nose in half by doing that. That's all you gotta do. You're not going on stage and sculpting out a whole new face. You're fooling the sun. And in order to fool the sun, you have to be subtle. If you are more than subtle, that sun's gonna know, and that sun's gonna show you. You're not gonna see it as bad just behind like a regular light. But you step out in that sun, they're gonna see the brown bars on your face. You don't want that. You just want to distract it. Distract the sun. So that's what you've done. Some things, budget-wise, that are good for this. If you don't have like a Sweet Peach or a really high-end, some other things you can get. Again, Wet n Wild makes a really good contour highlight powder kit, and Maybelline Cinnamon Toast cheekers and the Maybelline Iced Cappuccino cheekers are both really light. I have them. They're both really light contour colors here that are a bit tough to go heavy with. You don't see a lot. So what it's gonna do is just set what's there. And then like that, because there's no shimmer to it and it's a darker shade, it's gonna create that shadow without looking brown. That's the best way I can explain it. It just works great. Now, if you are a full coverage queen, and there are those out there, I'm a medium coverage. I wear a medium coverage foundation. I want to just smooth out the skin I have. I like my skin tone. I don't want to blank it out, and like I said, like I'm always saying, I don't want to blank it out and resculpt it. I just want to trick the light for what's already there. Now, I've showed you the tricks of cutting down my face. One last bit. When you go... Can you hear my cat? Hey. Chill. Come here. Come on. Alright, fuck you then. One last trick, okay? So you're gonna highlight your face. Everybody is just going nuts with it, and if you love your highlighter and you bathe in it, you go. You do you. I love me some highlighter just like the next bitch. What I have in my hand is the Tartist Pro Glow To Go. There are two highlighters in here, Burst and Gleam. first is a champagne gold. I start with that, right? And I lay the base of my highlight just here. Just there. Now, I'm only taking this forward to the outer corner of my eye because A, I'm a man. B, I'm no longer in my 20s. C, I was a smoker for the last decade, 2 decades. I'm very textured skin. Highlighters, if you have textured skin, will make that texture accentuated if you don't do it right. And the trick is only at the highest point of your cheekbone. So the highest point of the cheekbone is just going to be right there, just forward of where my mole is. And then I'm going to go pick up that burst again and go over to the other side. Yeah, see that beautiful gold reflect? And then green just on top. Once. Ta-da! You have successfully contoured your face. If the rest of life was this easy, we'd be set. We'd all be set. This is really not that hard. A lot of places make it more complicated. So, darken what you want to push in, highlight what you want to pull forward. I'm wanting to pull this forward and accentuate this, which is going to pull all of your attention here. It's going to you're not seeing, it's here, because this I don't like, so you're here. Smoke! Come here. Come here. Smoke? Well, come here. What are you doing? Oh, I see. You got body. Alright. Well, guys, that's been my lesson. I've actually kept this one really, really short. 8 minutes. Man, you can't beat that. So here's the deal. Do me a favor. Like before, share, subscribe, thumbs up me, all of that. Get this out there. I want to do makeup. I want to do your makeup. You want to come and get your face painted? Just drop me a line. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I love you all.